scriptura,
sola scriptura.
the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem.
Vanity of vanities, says the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
What profit has a man of all his labor which he takes under the sun?
One generation passes away and another generation comes, but the earth remains forever.
The sun also rises and the sun goes down and hurries to its place where it rises.
The wind goes toward the south and turns about to the north. The whirls about continually, and the wind returned again according to its circuit.
All the rivers running to the sea, yet the sea is not full to the place from where the rivers come.
There they return again. All things are full of labor, man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing.
The thing that has been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
Is there anything of which it may be said, see, this is new? It has been already in the ages which were before us.
There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after.
I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This grievous labor God has given to the sons of man to be exercised with it. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and striving after wind. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is lacking cannot be counted.
I spoke with my own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem.
Yes, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge,
and I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is striving after wind.
Knowledge increases sorrow.
Said in my heart, go to now, I will test you with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity.
I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what does it accomplish?
I sought in my heart to indulge my flesh with wine, yet guiding my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, until I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life.
I made my works great, I built myself houses, I planted myself vineyards. planted trees in them of all kinds of fruit. I made myself pools of water to water there with the wood that brings forth trees. I got servants and maidens and had servants born in my house. Also I had great possessions of herds and flocks above all that were before me in Jerusalem. I gathered myself also silver and gold and the peculiar treasure of kings and of the provinces. I got myself singers and women singers and the delights of the sons of men as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. So I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. Whatever my eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. On all the works that my hands had made, and on the labor that I had labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and striving after wind, and there was no profit under the sun. And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly, for what can the man do that comes after the king, even that which has been already done? Then I saw that wisdom excels folly as far as light excels darkness.
The wise man has his eyes in his head, but the fool walks in darkness. And I myself perceived also that one event happens to them all.
Then said I in my heart, as it happens to the fool, so it happens even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart that this also is vanity, for there is no lasting remembrance of the wise more than of the fool. Forever seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten.
And how dies the wise man as the fool? Therefore I hated life, because the work that is done under the sun is grievous to me. For all is vanity and striving after wind.
Yes, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it to the man that shall be after me. And who knows whether he shall be a wise man or a fool, yet shall he have control over all my labor in which I have labored, and in which I have shown myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity.
Therefore I began to despair concerning all the labor which I had taken under the sun.
For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity, yet he shall leave his portion to a man that has not labored in it.
This also is vanity
And a great evil.
For what is man of all his labor,
And of the striving of his heart in which he has labor under the sun. For all his days are sorrows and his labor grief. Yes, his heart takes no rest in the night. This is also vanity.
Also I saw that it was from the hand of God.
For who can eat or who can be in enjoyment more than I?
For God gives to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he gives labor to gather and to pile up, that he may give to him that is good. Before God this also is vanity and striving after wind. To every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to embrace Him,
a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to keep silence and a time to speak,
a time to love and a time to eat, a time of war and a time of peace.
What profit has the worker in that which he labors? I have seen the labor which God has given to the sons of man to be exercised in it. He has made everything beautiful in its time also. He has put eternity in their hearts, yet so that no man can find out the work that God makes from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good end but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life, and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God. I know that whatever God does, it shall be forever. Nothing can be added to it, nor
has been is now, and that which is to be has already been. And God seeks again that which is past. And moreover I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might test them, and that they might see that they themselves are like animals.
For that which befalls the sons of men befalls animals. Even one thing befalls them, as the one dies, so dies the other. Yes, they all have one breath, so that a man has no preeminence above an animal. For all is vanity.
All go to one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again.
Who knows the spirit of man that goes upward, and the spirit of the animal that goes downward to the earth?
Therefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him?
So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of those who were oppressed, and they had no one to comfort them. And on the side of their oppressors there was power, but they had no one to comfort them.
Therefore I praise the dead who are already dead, more than the living who are yet alive.
Yes, better is he than both of them, who has not yet been, who has not seen the evil work that is done under the sun.
Again I considered all toil and every successful work, that for this
A man is envied by his neighbor. This is also vanity and striving after wind.
the fool folds his hands together and eats his own flesh.
Better is a
Handful with rest than both hands full with toil and striving after wind.
And then I returned and saw vanity under the sun.
There is one alone and there is not a second. Yes, he has neither child nor brother, yet there is no end of all his labor. Neither is his eye satisfied with riches, neither does he say, for whom do I labor and deprive my soul of good?
This is also vanity. Yes, it is a sore toil. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falls, for he has not another to help him up.
Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevails against him, two shall withstand him.
And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king who will no more be warned.
For out of prison he comes to reign, while he that is born in his kingdom becomes poor.
I considered all the living who walk under the sun, with the second child who shall stand up in his place.
There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him.
Surely this is also vanity and striving this is also vanity and striving after wind. Keep your foot when you go to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. For they do not know that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven and you are upon earth, therefore let your words be few.
For a dream comes through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by multitude of words. When you vow a vow to God, defer not to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which you have vowed. Better is it that you should not vow than that you should vow and not pay. Do not allow your mouth to cause your flesh to sin, neither say before the angel that it was an error. Why should God be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands? For in the multitude of dreams and many words there are also his verities. But fear God if you see the oppression of the poor, and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province. Do not marvel at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regards, and there are higher than they. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field. He that loves silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loves abundance with increase. This is also vanity. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them, and what good is there to the owners except the sight of them with their eyes? The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eats little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not allow him to sleep. There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners of it to their herd. But those riches perish by bad venture, and if he begets a son, there is nothing in his hand. As he came forth from his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor which he may carry away in his hand. And this also is a sore evil, that in all points as he came, so shall he go. And what profit has he that has labored for the wind? All his days also he eats in darkness, and he has much sorrow and sickness and anger. Behold, that which I have seen, it is good and right for one to eat and to drink, and to enjoy the good of all his labor that he takes under the sun, all the days of his life which God gives him, for it is his portion. Every man also to whom God has given riches and wealth, and has given him power to eat from it, and to take his portion, and to rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of God. For he shall not much remember the days of his life, because God answers him in the joy of his heart.
sun, and it is common among men. A man to whom God has given riches, wealth and honor, so that he lacks nothing for his soul of all that he desires. Yet God gives him no power to eat from it, but a stranger eats it. This is vanity, and it is a bad disease.
If a man begets 100 children and lives many years, so that the days of his years are many, and his soul is not satisfied with good, and also that he has no burial, I say that an untimely birth is better than he.
For it comes in with vanity and departs in darkness, and its name shall be covered with darkness.
Not seen the sun nor known anything. This has more rest than the other.
Yes, though he lives 1,000 years twice over, yet he has seen no good. Do all go to one place? All the labor of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled.
For what has the wise more than the fool, and what has the poor that knows how to walk before the living?
Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This is also vanity and striving after wind. That which has been is already named, and it is known that it is man, neither can he contend with him that is mightier than he.
Seeing there are many things that increase vanity, what is man the better?
For who knows what is good for man in this life?
All the days of his vain life, which he spends as a shadow, for who can tell
a man what shall be after him?
Under the sun,
good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death and the day of one's birth.
it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart.
Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the face, the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool.
This also is vanity.
Surely oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart.
Better is the end of a thing than the beginning of it, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Be not hasty in your spirit to be angry, for anger
rests in the bosom of fools.
Do not say, why were the former days better than these for you? Do not inquire wisely concerning this. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. Consider the work of God, for who can straighten what He has made crooked? In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider God has also set the one opposite the other to the end, that man should not find anything after him. All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perishes in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongs his life in his wickedness.
Be not overly righteous, neither make yourself overly wise. Why should you destroy yourself?
Be not overly wicked, neither be a fool. Why should you die before your time? It is good that you should take hold of this, yes, also from this withdraw not your hand, for he that fears God shall escape from them all.
Wisdom makes the wise stronger than 10 mighty men who are in the city.
For there is not a just man upon earth who does good and never sins.
Also take no heed to all words that are spoken, lest you hear your servant curse you.
For oftentimes also your own heart knows that you yourself have likewise cursed others.
All this have I tested by wisdom. I said I will be wise, but it was far from me.
That which is far off and exceedingly deep, who can find it out?
I turn myself to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly,
even the foolishness of madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands is bands. Whoever pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be caught by her.
Behold, this have I found,
says the preacher, counting one by one to find out the reason which my soul still seeks.
but I do not find one man among 1,000 have I found.
But a woman among all those have I not found.
Lo, this only have I found, that God has made men upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Who is as the wise man, and who knows the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom makes his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. I counsel you to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of God.
Be not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in an evil thing, for he does whatever pleases him.
Where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say to him, what are you doing? Whoever keeps the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment.
Because to every purpose there is time and judgment.
Therefore the misery of man is great upon him,
for he does not know that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that has power over the Spirit to retain the Spirit, neither has he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those who are given to it.
All this have I seen, and applied my heart to every work that is done under the sun.
There is a time in which one man rules over another to his own hurt.
And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone
from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Though a sinner does evil 100 times and his days are prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with those who fear God, who fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither
shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow,
because he does not fear before God.
There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there are just men to whom it happens according to the work of the wicked. Again, there are wicked men to whom it happens according to the work of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity. Then I commended enjoyment, because a man has no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be merry, for that shall remain with him of his labor the days of his life, which God gives him under the sun. When I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to see the business that is done upon the earth, for also there is that neither night nor day sees sleep with his eyes, then I beheld all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun. Because though a man labors to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yes, moreover, though a wise man thinks to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it.
For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise, and their works are in the hand of God. No man knows either love or hatred by all that is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event, to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean and to the unclean. To him that sacrifices and to him that sacrifices not as is the good, so is the sinner. He that swears is he that fears an oath.
This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event to all.
Yes, also the heart of the sons of men
Is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead.
For to him there is joined to all the living. There is hope, for a living dog is better than a dead lion.
Yeah, the living know that they shall die, but the dead know nothing.
Neither have they any more. A reward for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished.
Neither have they any more portion forever in anything that is done under the sun.
Go your way, eat your bread with joy, and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has now accepted your works.
Let your garments be always white,
and let your head lack no ointment.
Live joyfully with the wife whom you love all the days of the life of your vanity, which he has given you under the sun.
All the days of your vanity, for that is your portion in this life, and in your labor which you take under the sun.
Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might.
For there is no work, nor planning, nor knowledge, no wisdom in the grave where you go. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift,
Nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to
men in understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill. But time and chance happen to them all.
For man also knows not his time, as the fish that are taken in an evil net.
And as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falls suddenly upon them.
This wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great to me.
There was a little city and few men within it,
And there came a great king against it, and surrounded it, and built great bulwarks against it.
now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then said, our wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of wise men are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that rules among fools.
Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good.
Dead flies, 'cause the ointment of the apothecary to stink and putrefy. So does a little folly him that is in reputation for wisdom and honor. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart is at his left.
Yes, also when the fool walks by the way, his wisdom fails him, and says to everyone that he is a fool. If the spirit of the ruler rises up against you, do not leave your place, for gentleness of peace is greater offense. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeds from the ruler.
Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place.
I've seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants on the earth. He that digs a pit shall fall into it. Whoever breaks a hedge, a serpent shall bite him. Whoever moves stones shall be hurt by them, and he that splits wood shall be endangered by it. If the iron be blunt and he does not grind the edge, then he must use more strength, but wisdom is profitable to direct.
Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment, and a blabber is no better.
The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself.
The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mysterious madness.
A fool also is full of words. A man cannot know what shall be and what shall be after him. Who can tell him?
The labor of the foolish wearies every one of them, because he does not know how to go to the city.
A child and your princes eat in the morning. Blessed are you, and when your king is the son of nobles, and your princes eat in due season, for strength and not for drunkenness.
By much slothfulness the building decays, and through idleness of the hands the house leaks.
Is made for laughter, and wine makes life merry, but money answers all things. Ooh.
Do not curse the king, no, not even in your thought, and do not curse the rich in your bedroom, for a bird of the air shall carry the voice, and that which has wings shall tell the matter. Cast your bread upon the waters, for you shall find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for you do not know what evil shall be upon the earth.
If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. And if the tree falls toward the south or toward the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it shall be.
He that observes the wind shall not sow, and he that regards the clouds shall not reap.
As you do not know what is the way of the Spirit, or how the bones grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so you do not know the works of God who makes all.
In the morning sow your seed, and in the evening withhold not your hand, for you do not know which shall prosper, whether this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good.
Truly the light is sweet and a pleasant thing. It is
But if a man lives many years and rejoices in them all, yet let him remember the days of darkness,
for they shall be many. All that comes is vanity. Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth, and walk in the ways of your heart and in the sight of your eyes. But know that for all these things God will bring you into judgment.
Therefore remove sorrow from your heart and put away evil from your flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity. Remember now your Creator in the days of your youth, while the evil days do not come, nor the years draw near, when you shall say, I have no pleasure in them.
While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars are not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain.
In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows are darkened.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way.
And the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail because man goes to his long home.
And the mourners go about the streets.
Or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to God who gave it.
Vanity of vanity, says the preacher, all is vanity. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge.
Yes, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs.
The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth.
The words of the wise are as golds and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd.
And further, my son, be warned, by these are making many books. There is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole
God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.